We start at Krakow's Barbican, that stout red brick circle of walls and turrets just beyond the old city gates. Stand for a moment in the shadow of its battlements and imagine the centuries of merchants, soldiers and travellers who once passed this way. Just beside it, St Florian's Gate rises like a stone frame to the old town, inviting you inward. Walking through the gate and onto Floriańska Street, one of the city's oldest and most elegant routes. The street is usually alive with footsteps, café chatter, violin music and the soft rattle of tram bells somewhere beyond the old walls. Tall townhouses line both sides, their façades painted in creams, ochres and faded pastels, with carved doorways and arched windows that hint at another age. As you walk, the street seems to gently draw you forward, always narrowing your focus towards the bright opening ahead. Soon Floriańska spills you into the Rynek Główny, Krakow's great main square, and the space opens suddenly and magnificently around you. Pigeons wheel overhead, carriages pass at an easy pace, and the square breathes with a rhythm of tourists, students, flower sellers and locals cutting across the cobbles. At its centre stands the cloth hall, long and graceful, its arcades shaded and full of souvenirs, amber jewellery and handicrafts. Nearby, St Mary's Basilica lifts its uneven twin towers into the sky, and if you pause long enough, you may hear the trumpet call from the higher tower, breaking off mid-note in the old tradition. Cross the square at an unhurried pace, letting yourself take in the grandeur of the town hall tower, the outdoor cafes and the ever-changing light over the white paving stones. Then continue south, leaving the square by Floriańska Street. This is the old Royal Road, and it carries you onward with a quieter, more processional feeling. Churches and historic buildings rise one after another along the way, their facades ranging from severe stone to ornate Baroque curves. The crowds thin and gather again in waves, and there is always something to catch the eye, a hidden courtyard, a saint in a niche, the gleam of a cafe window. As you go further down Grodzka, the land begins to slope almost imperceptibly, and then the bulk of Wawel Hill starts to reveal itself ahead. The castle appears gradually rather than all at once, first a glimpse of old walls, then towers, then the great complex of brick, stone and green domed roofs. By the time you reach the foot of the hill, the walk has shifted from the bustle of the merchant city to something older and grander, the seat of kings and legends. From here, follow the path around the base of Wawel Hill rather than climbing straight up, letting the castle walls loom above you as you curve along their foundations. The city noise begins to soften, replaced by the rustle of leaves, the murmur of passerby, and the broader breath of the river ahead. The stone ramparts rise from the hillside with a quiet authority, and every turn offers a different angle on the castle above. Ivy-softened walls, towers glimpse through branches, and the weight of history resting over the path. Soon the Vistula comes into view, wide and calm, carrying reflections of sky and masonry along its surface. The promenade beside the river feels more open now, with water on one side and the hill rising steeply on the other, as if the royal stronghold is keeping watch over the current below. Continue along the riverbank until you reach the famous fire-breathing dragon, sculptured at the foot of the hill. There it stands dark and mythical against the open air, a fitting end to the walk, not with kings or cathedrals, but one of Krakow's oldest legends made iron and flame.